Theater! Are you lazy? I am lazy. I'm so lazy that I press 9 and then 9 on my microwave when I'm heating up a cup of water because I don't want to move around the keypad. No, seriously, I'm lazy. I'm so lazy, this is how I dress when I have a video call at work. In case you can't tell, I push my robe down and put a nice shirt on because I can't wear pants. I can't be bothered to wear pants. But I love to garden. I love to be outside. I love to learn my land. I love to learn about plants. But I especially love the fact that my kids know that food comes from the ground, not the grocery store. Now they say that necessity is the mother of invention, but they're wrong. It's laziness. And I've combined my laziness with my love of gardening by planting perennial plants and fruit trees and learning about edible weeds. So perennials are a little bit different than the annuals you might have heard about or eaten, carrots, lettuce, etc. Because perennials, you plant them once and then you can harvest them year after year after year. That means you need to site them appropriately and you take care of them. But once they're well established, they can grow and grow. As you can see, my lawn is being taken over by some perennials that I planted here. You also want to, in the Boulder area, be conscious of harsh winters, hot summers, and low rainfall. So installing something like a sprinkler or a drip system can help you keep those perennials happy. So here are 3 perennial vegetables that you can neglectfully grow in Boulder, Colorado. Sorrel is a salad green. It tastes a little bit like lemon, full of vitamin A and vitamin C, and it's good in salads and soups. Sunchokes, also known as Jerusalem artichokes, are an edible tuber, and they are full of iron. Unfortunately, they're also full of an indigestible enzyme called inulin, which if you eat it will make you gassy. But you can pickle them or fry them and enjoy them fart-free. Asparagus is a more traditional perennial. You probably all had that. It's full of vitamin K and folate. Takes a couple of years to get established, 2 or 3, but I can tell you that a stalk of fresh asparagus tastes like spring. So Dan, I live in a condo or I rent. I can't plant perennial vegetables. What are my options? Well, you have a couple options. One is that you can harvest from fruit trees around Boulder. This is a map that I helped create a couple of years ago that maps all kinds of fruit trees around Boulder. Peaches, pear trees, mulberries, you name it. Just if you harvest from a tree that's on private land, ask the landowner first. Another option is edible weeds. These are very prevalent around Boulder, and again, you want to be conscious where you pick them because if they're on a road or roadside, or if they are sprayed with pesticides, you want to avoid them. Here are 3 great edible weeds to know. So dock is over there surrounded by wood chips. It's a very mild flavored one. My kids cheer for it. Purslane is a little bit, which is up there, is a little tartar. And then dandelions, both the leaves and the flowers are edible. So how can you get started? Well, I would suggest taking a class. Then you can learn and make mistakes on other people's land. And you can also observe how people work. You can see me observing up there in the corner. I'm very good at observing. Reading books is a great thing to do too. This is a great reference. It'll teach you how to plant and harvest perennials, the names, and importantly, the USDA zones where they will thrive. If you're interested in running off and starting a perennial garden, don't go to the gardening store just yet. Ask your neighbors because these plants are very easy to split and you might be able to get started for free. I have sunchokes if you want to talk to me later. If no neighbors can share or no neighbors have stuff to share, you can go to your local gardening store. Harlequin's Gardens is where I got my asparagus and my sorrel. Great people there. The other thing to be aware of is that you don't have to change everything all at once. You can have a garden, a raucous garden that's full of perennials, annuals, fruit trees. And I want to thank my wife for letting me plant my front yard like this. So go ahead, plant some perennial vegetables, and then the next time that your neighbors are out planting their annual gardens, you can kick back, relax, and harvest food from your backyard, front yard, or around Boulder. Thank you.